So this video is for Angie, but I thought about the fact that I have a couple of places that I post things, and so somebody else might want to know. And the question was, what do I need to think about when I'm going to start Locs? As you can see, I have Locs. I'm showing you the middle because I'm trying to show you that they're healthy, and that they're all still like intact and like, you know, gaps. I just retwisted with water only because I'm still not back at my loctician yet, and I don't want to do anything that's going to create problems. So, thing one, the first thing I did was I tested out different size 2-strand twists. And I did that because this is my second journey with Locs. My first Locs were probably maybe this thick each. They were maybe that thick each. And I was not a fan of the way that they laid. That's actually the Locs that I have in my passport picture. And everybody talks about different phases, right? So if you have hair that you feel like is long enough to lock, put it in 2-strand twists, and that shrinkage that happens when you just go about your day and you kind of leave them in for like a week or two, that shrinkage that happens, that's what your ugly phase is going to look like. So if you get the right parting and you get the right size and you like the way that they lay, take a picture of that. And that will be your start. Now, what I did was, so one of mine I took down. I took it all the way down and restarted it. So this, I got a little baby started. And there's nothing to it. I just twisted it and left it alone. If you have not grown your hair out, just know that there's going to be a lot of like reparting, retwisting that happens until you get enough length for it to just be twisted and then left alone. So that's tip number 2. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible because I don't want it to be like, oh my God, it's this horrible thing. Stock up on hair covers. And by that, I mean, like, first of all, you need satin scarves for hair protection, but also stock up on head wraps and things like that. So then that way, when you get sick of your hair looking the way that it does, especially if you're going from a person that does your hair often to now you're in Locs, get a bunch of hair covers and head wraps and things like that and keep your hair covered so that you're not looking at it and like fixated on it. That's what got me through my first year almost. Because at work, like I couldn't get, like sometimes if you work out, you sweat and your hair does different things and you can't quite get it to like lay the way that you want it to for you to feel like you're presenting your best self. So I would wear head wraps to work to keep it tame. And usually it would go with whatever the theme of whatever we were doing. I worked in a semi-casual environment, so it worked out for me. But that would be my suggestion to you is find some, test out different fabrics and stuff like that. So even if you need one that's more dressy, you can get that and just cover your hair up until it gets to the length that you're okay with it just freestyling. The other thing that I would say is get used to not putting a lot of products in your hair and get used to looking and making sure that the products that you use do not contain things that will create buildup. So I have a blog called oomyhair.com where I've posted everything that I ever had to say about natural hair and the journey and the thing about waxes and the thing about, parabens and all of that stuff. So I'm going to post a link to that so you can look up all of the stuff that's on the no-no list, and then keep a spritzer. So then that way your hair stays moisturized, and do your best to keep your hands out of your hair until they hit like an adult phase. Now I don't have the habit of messing with my hair. I do it now so that you can kind of get a visual of what's happening with my hair as I speak. But for the most part, my hair is in a scarf. I just took it off to do this video. And so then that's it. So Locs are a journey. They call it a journey for a reason. I was on the verge of ready to comb mine completely out because I felt like, ooh, I probably got all this hang time and da 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 da. I mean, I kind of do, but I kind of don't, right? That's a completely brand new, like week old lock. do what works best for you. Prepare yourself for all of the different ways that's going to make you feel. Prepare yourself for all of the different sensitivities that you will have. I feel like I'm one of those people that believe that hair holds energy. That's another reason why I don't let people touch my hair that often, or I'm very particular about who I let touch my hair. So prepare yourself to be ready to tell people to leave your hair alone and keep it covered. So then that way it stays protected until you're ready to do whatever you want to do with it. And I feel like that's it in terms of intro to locks. Stay off of YouTube. Do it yourself techniques. If you can, find someone whose energy you rock with, whose spirit you agree with, and have them start you up, and then stick with them. Try not to swap up. Your hair tells a story, and so your diet is going to be important, whether or not you're drinking enough water, whether or not you're eating the right foods, whether or not you're taking your vitamins. And so you'll see, like, when your hair was healthy and you were going through it, and healthy and going through it. So that's it. I wanted to keep it under 7 minutes, but that's everything I have to say about intro to locks.